Rich Moyer, I'll ask you to respond. There's a question from Kurt Small via LinkedIn. He writes, given the sensitive nature of personal medical records, what should be the respective roles of government and for-profit industry in bringing electronic medical records to bear? Criticisms are often heard regarding government inefficiency and failure to bring such products to market, while industry has as its principal goal profits and the accommodation of shareholders. How do you manage that tension?
I think it's a really difficult tension to manage. I think listening to the panelists up here, you realize there are very different visions about where the data sits, who has control over it. You have providers who, the EHR is centered around the provision of care. You have the health vault look, which is the data is held, by a corporation or a government entity. And I think, there needs to be a healthy discussion about, first starting with what are we trying to do? One is, I think, more and more we would all agree that the patient really needs to have control over their information, and they need to be able to take that data and go where they want with the information. The question is, who's going to help facilitate that? Who's going to help kind of store that data? And I think there's pretty fundamental questions about, do you want to incorporate, what's the economic model for Microsoft on this? They're in the business of making money. What are they going to get out of Health Vault? If it's a government organization, where are the controls to make sure that data isn't being used for means that you don't want it to happen? So, I think that's a conversation, and it's something that, listening to the panel, we have very different views about, who holds the data and who controls it.